Hey family, coming to you today. This is Lena's Love Note. Our conversation today is going to be about perspective. I want to tell you about this joke that I heard. There were two young ladies who were driving in a car together, and they were in an accident and they both died. When they got to heaven, Peter came up to both of them together and said, there's only one rule in heaven, and that rule is not to step on the ducks. Okay, so as these young women are walking around heaven together, the first one stepped on a duck. And Peter came up to her and said, I am going to chain you to this man who happens to be the ugliest man in heaven, and you're going to have to spend the rest of your life with him. So the other friend, who realized what happens, went through her her daily life just being extra careful not to step on these ducks because there were so many of them in heaven. And one day, Peter came up to her with a man that she felt was extremely handsome, extremely fine. And St. Peter then took this gentleman and chained him to her. So she was like, I don't know what I've done to deserve such a blessing, to spend the rest of my time in heaven with you. And the gentleman said, I don't know what you're talking about, but all I did was step on a duck. So I know this is a comical depiction of perspective, but in this same situation, the young woman saw being chained to this gentleman as a blessing to herself, and this other gentleman absolutely saw it as a punishment for him, especially when the young woman had the recall of what happened to her friend. So in life, we tend to go through situations and we get frustrated and upset with people because they don't necessarily see our side of a situation. Or we may look at something and have an attitude or an opinion about what is happening. However, we don't always have the entire story. If you've ever seen some of the pictures that you take a look at, and some people might see an old man and other people may see an old woman, these pictures, everybody is looking at the exact same thing, but they're seeing something different. But based on their perspective, their experience, their angle of what they're looking at, they're seeing something different. And when we go through life, if we think about the fact that although we may be looking at a situation, we may not see it like the next person does. And we don't see it that way because that person doesn't have our perspective. You're looking at it straight on. They may be looking at it from the side, from a different angle. So we have to always keep in mind that even though someone doesn't respond the way we think they should respond, we expect them to respond, we have to understand that their perspective is different. So we have to be willing to give grace and have understanding and realize everybody is facing a battle that we are not aware of. So don't be so quick to put people down or feel like the way they're handling something is not right. It doesn't make it not right. It just means their perspective is different. Their experience is different. They're drawing on the things that they know about. So the next time that you're involved in a situation and you see that somebody's not responding the same way you are, just take a moment to stop and think about maybe their perspective, maybe the angle that they're viewing this particular situation, this particular person is not the same as yours. And have grace and have mercy because our Father in heaven has that same grace and mercy with us. I am so grateful for you. I hope you continue to follow us. From my heart to yours, this is Lena's Love Note. Have a blessed day.